Thank you for listening. This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Skip Money.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. So today we've got a very special guest with us live. We're live streaming today as well as recording, as we normally would. But thrilled to have a special guest in our studio with us for the first time. And I'm sure you'll be just as excited because today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Mr. Bill Gilliand, who is the owner-operator of Action Coach Business Growth Partners. Bill, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. And like I said, excited to learn all about your business. So if you don't mind, why don't you kick us off by telling us what you do?
Yeah, so we're a professional services business. We work with mostly business owners. We do coaching and training. It tends to be business owners who are ambitious, who are looking to scale their businesses and their teams. And we help them be great at business. That's what we do.
All right. Helping business be better. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We can all use that. Well, Bill, how'd you get into helping businesses?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. I've owned and run 5 businesses myself, but the way I got into it's kind of interesting. I remember years ago reading an article in the Wall Street Journal about, I think it was about executive coaching, but it was about coaching, and I'm like, and I'd never heard of it. And I thought, well, this seems like a pretty cool thing. And I didn't do anything with it. I was running another business. And then we sold, actually the guy who owned the business sold it. I was running it with him. And I don't really have anything to do. So I was out there looking for a business to buy or a sales territory or just, so I had resumes. I was talking to people. And I got a call one day and it said, have you ever thought about being in business for yourself, but not by yourself? And I said, well, I did that once before, tell me more. And the more I went down this path, it ended up being the whole Action Coach environment. And, here we are 18 years later. It's been a good run. So,
wow, 18 years. That is an awesome run, actually. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So what are some, excuse me, Bill, some myths or misconceptions in the coaching business?
Well, it's gone from no one knowing what a coach is to everyone thinking they know what a coach is. And so I think the misconception is that, everyone that all coaches are created equal. And so the market is very muddy out there, in my opinion. And so, one of the things I've got, on my YouTube channel, I've got things like, how do you pick a business coach? How do you pick a coach? What should you be looking for? And so I think the misconception is that one coach fits all. The other misconception is that, why do I need a coach in the first place? And probably the biggest misconception about business coaching is that it's for the people that are in trouble. That it's a business hospital. It's not really a business hospital. It's a business gymnasium. It's a business trainer. So, a great Olympic potential athlete is going to have a trainer to get them from wherever they are to the Olympics or potentially, hopefully, to a gold medal. Same if you just want to run a 5K. It doesn't really matter where you start. It all works more like a trainer than a hospital. The coaching isn't going to help somebody who's it might, help someone who's sick or dying, but that's probably the biggest misconception. So, yeah,
not a business hospital,
right?
I like that. Yeah. You're so you're there to help good businesses become great. I guess.
Yeah, I can't help. If a plane's on a runway and they're running out of runway and it can't take off, because it's got too much drag, there's not much that we can do about that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good analogy.
Yeah.
Well, Bill, who are your target customers and how do you attract them?
Yeah, our best customers are, like you said, are people who are doing they've usually plateaued. They've usually gotten to a place and get stuck. So they're like I said, they're ambitious. They're either business owners or founders who are looking to scale. They've gotten to a point on their own, and they usually are running into a ceiling. We do a lot of work with people in, we call them vans and trucks and crews. So in the trades and the construction and building industries and home services, those tend to be a nice niche for us. And we also do a lot of work in professional services. So, and Jason, my partner, has an expertise in specialty retail. So we like working with people who are looking to scale, and that's just kind of who's shown up over the years and along the way. How do we find them? Obviously we'd love to find them all through referrals, but we market everywhere there is to market. We do podcasts, we do Google AdWords, we do events, in fact, we've got a event coming up called the Asheville Business Summit in September. The website for that's wncsummit.com. And we had people. We had a guy from Ghana show up last year.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, it was, I will say it was cool, because when we first conceived of the event, we're like, we want to make this international. And then boom, right off the bat, we had somebody come, just found it on Google or in the internet, and showed up in Asheville, North Carolina, and with the event. But yeah, the folks in the Tri-Cities definitely should make plans to come. It's going to be a great. We had a lot of people come before. Our deal right now is that we're about a year. By then, we'll be about a year out from the hurricane, and that hit us all. And we're celebrating how we're going to move forward. And so we've got a lot of good local talent coming this year on, and how we're dealing with it, and how we're moving forward, and how we're back in the game. So it's pretty exciting. Like I said, wncsummit.com, all the information's there. Early bird tickets are on sale right now. So we got a late start on it because, hey, we had a hurricane. November and December, January, we would have been working on this stuff. Now we're working on it in June, July, and August. So it's just this was just what we do. Yeah.
Just what you do.
Yeah.
Business Summit. Definitely make a note about that. You ever thought about having your own podcast?
I do have a podcast.
You do have a podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
It's called, you can check it out on all the channels. It's called Epic Entrepreneurs. We've got a lot of episodes out there. We've interviewed a lot of people. I do some just solo sort of, some people call it ranting, but it's just my thoughts on subjects. And we have had some people on who wanted some actual coaching on the spot, so we did that. So
awesome.
But generally it's an interview, just sort of like this one. So
we will check that out for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, outside of work, Bill, what do you like to do for fun?
I got all the the vices. I like to play golf and fly fish, and I just like to get outdoors. Basically with people. It's a lot of fun, and I don't whatever people come to our area to do. They do biking and get out. A lot of it's outdoor activities, and I'm one of those people. So,
yeah. Well, we live in a beautiful place to do.
Yeah, we do
all of that. I'm a fly fisherman as well. So
yeah, good.
Love it. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing, honestly.
My grandfather told me years ago, he used to hunt and fish, and he said, I don't care what you do, you got to have something. You can't work all the time, Bill. You need something, whatever it is. I mean, you're out there, and it just takes your mind off of everything. And frankly, that's good. I mean, a lot of what we do ends up being mental, right? Because a lot of times to grow a business, we have to get the owner out of their own way. Right. That's we're all our biggest lid on our own business, and so but a lot of the good ideas happen when you're not thinking about anything. When you're trying to figure out how to get that fish.
That's
now
exactly
you can see
right.
bite, or when you've just taken your mind off of business, that's when the great inspirations come.
Well, I used to work for a guy many years ago who was really good, great entrepreneur, and he told me that some of his best ideas came from a cocktail napkin. From just
100%. Yeah.
Meeting with some folks, having a drink, and then something pops in his mind and writes it down, and it becomes a great idea.
100%. Yep.
So, Bill, if you could think of one thing that you would like our listeners to remember about you and about Action Coach Business Growth Partners, what would that be?
We're here to help. And, whether that's, if you just need to talk, people are sort of scared to, to have a 15-minute coffee or to have a chat on Zoom and we're here. It's what we do. We do it all day long. We dedicate time to helping people. And, if it sometimes that is just some of the best things, best testimonials I've ever gotten. People didn't pay me a dime. We just sat down and had coffee for 20, 30 minutes and some good stuff came out of it. And so, have a cup of coffee, get to know us. And, if there's something more there, then we can talk about that, but that's not, I love the name of your podcast, Good Neighbor. We just want to be a good neighbor. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like hopefully they at least buy your coffee.
Yeah. Well, it can go either way. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, coffee's not that expensive and I don't mind. Like I said, a lot of times I'll even buy the coffee.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Good to know. Well, if any of our listeners own a small business, need help or trying to, like you said, scale, grow their business and have sort of plateaued, how can they learn more?
Yeah. So the easiest way is just to go to our website. It's billgilliland.biz. If you really want to, check out wncsummit.com because you'll get a ton of information in a short period of time that way. You can email me directly. It's williamgilliland@actioncoach.com. Or you can call me. It's fine. My number is 828-348-1787. It's all out there. It's not we don't hide anything. You want to get a hold of us, get a hold of us. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and the business summit is, what was that date again?
It is hang on, let me get you the exact date. I think it's the 23rd of September. Let me just double check that. It's a Tuesday. So it's the 23rd. If you want to come hang out with some VIPs, there's a dinner the night before, so you can get a VIP ticket and hang out with the speakers and some of some higher level networking. That's out there too. So yeah, check it out. wncsummit.com. It's all the information's there.
wncsummit.com. Awesome. We will definitely check that out, guys. You heard it here, guys and girls. If you're an entrepreneur and you are looking to grow or to expand, Action Coach Business Growth Partners, that's what they do. And look for on September the 23rd, like you said, that's almost exactly a year from Helene.
It's almost exactly a year. We're celebrating the whole recovery and the whole, how we're expanding this whole area. And, it'll be great. It's going to be good. We got a good lineup of speakers and it's going to be, it's going to be great. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to that. And you sold me. So if I can possibly be there, I will be. So we appreciate that very much. And Bill, appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to spend a few minutes with us and with our listeners and to tell us all about what you can do to help businesses. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I love what you're doing.
Well, thank you. And love what you're doing. And maybe we can have you back again soon.
Yeah. Love that.
All right. Thanks so much. Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptri-cities.com. That's gnptri-cities.com or call 423-719-5873.
All right.